If you're struggling on increasing your average ticket price or find yourself giving discounts in order to close jobs, in today's video, I'm going to tell you exactly how to fix that. I've worked with thousands of pressure washing companies over the years, from guys who just bought their first Simpson pull behind to some of the biggest pressure washing companies in the country. And one of the biggest levers that you can pull in order to drive a lot more revenue to your business is just increasing your average ticket size. The only issue is you can't just raise your prices all willy-nilly and expect for your customers to pay those. You have to put certain things in place before you do that in order to be successful. If you're new here, my name's Sean. I'm the CEO and founder of the Social Media Pros, the #1 pressure washing marketing agency in the country. And if you want to book a call with us, the link to do so is down in the description of this video. But jumping right into it, I'm going to cover 3 things that if you act on will increase not only your average ticket price, but will subsequently increase your close rate as well. The first thing I want to talk about is confidence. This can absolutely make or break how much you're able to charge. And while it can be really easy to skip past this part of the video and think, oh no, I'm good. If you're struggling with your close rate, if you're struggling with your average ticket, finding yourself giving discounts to try to beat out other competitors, you are absolutely suffering in the confidence area of your business. I want to run through a scenario real quick, and I think that this will come full circle. So just for a moment, just imagine that the furnace or the AC in your home breaks. You go to Google, you type in HVAC company near me, and you call somebody who has a lot of reviews. From the time they get to your home and you invite them into your home, they're immediately taking control of the situation. They're asking questions, they're pulling out their flashlight, they're looking at all this stuff, and by the end of it, they're telling you, this is exactly what's wrong, this is what I'm going to do to fix it, and this is how much it's going to cost. And then typically they're going to try to get right to work on that. Very rarely is there going to be a back and forth on price and doing estimates and all of this. When somebody comes into your home and they come with a lot of confidence and assertiveness, they seem like the authoritative expert in what they're being called there for, that's going to carry a lot of weight, versus if you show up, to give a pressure washing estimate. I feel like a lot of you guys are assuming that they just want to get a price, right? You're like, I hope I win this. I want to do everything that I can to win this bid, versus adopting the mindset that they're calling you because they want the expert to come out and actually do the work, right? So you kind of got to shift your mindset there, but it all comes down to confidence. When you show up, you want to be obviously in a really good mood. You want to be talkative. You want to take control. You want to walk the homeowner around. You want to seem very authoritative and take the reins of the situation. And you want to deliver your estimate in person with confidence. Like, hey, I came out. I know you guys wanted to get your house washed. We walked around. There was a couple troubled areas. Here's my thoughts on what we're going to do. We're going to do X, Y, and Z. I can be out here tomorrow and it's going to cost this much. Does that sound good to you, right? Like, that's completely different than being like, let me go home and later today I'm going to send an estimate over, and if you guys want me to do the work, just let me know and we'll find a good time. Completely different way. The biggest thing that you're going to do to increase your close rate and your average ticket is work on your confidence. My best advice for you on this is you're only going to get better with more at bats, right? And if you don't want to practice on homeowners who are potentially paying you money, work with your friends, your family, your wife, your husband, your cousins, your best friends. Like, actually do role plays at your house, at their house. Walk them around, continue to do it, because these are the things that are, do it. What's the saying? In order to be successful, you have to do what most other business owners won't. This is one of those things, right? You need to be a master at taking control of the situation and delivering these estimates and closing these sales, especially at these higher tickets. So if you can role play with your friends and family, you're going to get significantly better. Your confidence is going to go up. You're going to close more jobs. Now, the second thing that I want to talk about in regards to increasing your average ticket price and also your close rate is around branding. Now, branding is very hard to really nail down in a video, but I'm going to give you guys some tangible things, and I'm going to do that by painting a picture for you for just a moment. So imagine for a second that you need a pressure washing company, and you go to Google or you go to Facebook and you find a company. The very first thing that I do is I investigate their socials. I go to their website, I look at their reviews, I look at their whole profile, right? Whether it's before I make the call or after I make the call, I'm doing some investigative stuff, right? So imagine I land on a company's Facebook page who hasn't posted in 2 months, right? They're very inactive. And then I go to their Google business profile page and they've got 8 reviews. Well, okay. Then I go to their website and it looks like a self-built website that's, not really all together and very professional. Those things are going to hurt your ability to be able to charge more money, right? Because your brand does not command a higher price versus, if I land on a Facebook page where there's a post being made once a day and they have lots of Google reviews because they're actively going out and getting Google reviews. I land on the website and the website's immaculate. It looks professional. And then we're going to take it a step further. further in regards to brand, it's all about presentation when you actually show up to the property, right? So if you show up in an unmarked truck, right, wearing a regular t-shirt or a polo, versus if you show up in a wrap truck or a truck with decals, and you spent the $70 to get the bleach resistant shirt that's all cool and has the colors, you're going to have a much more difficult time charging more when your brand doesn't command it. Because I don't care how good you are, I don't care if you're the best pressure washing business owner in your service area, the brand is what allows to command that price. The saying around this is you can always outmarket a bad product, but a good product without branding is nothing. So, I mean, take water bottles as an example, right? There's some water bottles that are $4, there's some that are 30 cents. It's relatively all the same water, but the branding, the marketing is what changes the ability to charge more money. So just because your service is great and you're amazing and you have 15 years of experience, if your branding sucks, you're going to have a much more difficult time when you try to charge more or when you try to ask for that sale. So I say all of that to say, make sure you're investing the money and time into your brand, from your website to focusing on your Google reviews to taking the 5 seconds a day to post on your Facebook page. Spend the $70 to get the nice shirt. If you can't afford a wrap for your truck, go get some nice decals made. They're not that expensive. Those things will pay back tenfold, because even though you may not see the direct dollars that putting that shirt on or putting that decal on or posting on Facebook has, because you don't see it actually generating the money, it's going to allow for you to sell at a higher price point and close more jobs, and you're going to make a lot more money as a result of that. Now, the last thing that I want to talk about, if you want to increase your average ticket and you want to close more jobs, is social proof. This is all about turning your existing customers into what's called a net promoter. If you don't already know what a net promoter is, the rough definition is basically someone who has had an experience at your business and then goes on to promote your business on your behalf. Now, if you don't strategize around this the right way, yeah, inherently as your business grows over the years, you're going to get word of mouth referrals from these net promoters, right? It's going to happen, but you can accelerate this by a lot if you really focus on this as one of your, marketing strategies, if you will. One of the things that I have found that has had amazing results around creating net promoters and word of mouth referrals is when you go out to a homeowner or a business owner and you do work for them and you get to have a conversation once the job is complete and they're happy, ask them to do a favor. Say, hey, can you do a favor for me? Can you take a picture of me, assuming that you have your branded stuff on, right? Which is, again, why this is very important, but assuming you have all your branded stuff on, say, hey, can you do me a favor? Can you take a picture of me in front of my truck? Or like, you want to take a picture with me? And if you don't mind, could you just share that on Facebook and then let everyone know what your experience was like working with my company? I want you to think for just a moment, right? Let's play through a hypothetical scenario. Let's say you're on the low end. Let's say you do 4 to 5 jobs per week. So 20 jobs per month. Let's say half of them actually do that. That's 10. Over 6 months is 60. Imagine if 60 people over the next 6 months go on Facebook and post your brand, your picture, a picture with them, and they're promoting your business. Your word of mouth referrals will always be the strongest leads you ever get. Those are the people, like I know for a fact if I need somebody to paint my house and my brother-in-law is like, hey, I got this guy, you got to use him. He did my house, right? I'm not going to go get other estimates. I'm just going to call him. And unless his price is outlandish, I'm probably not going to get anybody else's estimate, right? It's completely different than if I just go to Google and type in painting company near me. I'm probably going to call a handful of people, right? So when we talk about increasing your average ticket and your close rate, word of mouth referrals are the best thing for this. And the only way to scale that very quickly is to turn your current customers into these net promoters. And the strategy that I just spoke about is one of the best ways to do that. So to kind of recap this, guys, if you want to increase your average ticket and you want to increase more sales, you've got to work on confidence, right? You have to work on confidence, get extremely comfortable with your sales process, with your estimate process, with taking reins of the situation. The second thing is focusing on your brand. Spend time, spend money, get a nice website, get the shirts, get the truck wrap, make sure you're posting on Facebook. And the last thing is turning your customers into net promoters. Ask them to post about you on Facebook. Ask them to post about you on socials. That's going to make a huge impact. And a lot of these things, they don't really cost you a lot of money to achieve. And again, it's going to allow for you to increase your average ticket. I mean, imagine you go from your average ticket being 300 to 400. Well, you've just increased your yearly revenue by 25%. But again, you can't just raise those prices if you don't have those things in place, because you're going to get a lot of pushback from homeowners and business owners when you go to give them an estimate. But that's all I have for you guys. I hope this video can help you guys out. As always, if you have any questions, drop them down in the comments below. I'll be sure to answer those, and I will catch you guys in the next video.